Hello and welcome to Revsportz once again. This is Atreyo and with me myself is Subhayan. We are reporting from Mumbai, standing right next to the Wankhede Stadium, where India's hopes of securing a series win has come to a crushing end. And well, Subhayan, let me ask. When this series started, before the series began, we were talking about India's prospects of qualifying for the World Test Championship final. And after this 3-0 defeat, do you think prospects remain?
No, not at all. Not at all. If we have to be practical, India's chances of now qualifying for the WTC finals are very grim. It is not an impossible task. Mathematically, they are still in. They need 4 wins and 1 draw to guarantee their spot in the WTC final and not depend on any other teams that are still in the frame in terms of test series or test matches remaining in this cycle. So 5 matches in Australia, 4 wins and 1 draw. If I have to ask you, Atreyo, do you think that is practically possible?
No. In the simplest possible terms, let's say it's no. But things will also depend on how other teams perform. See, for India not to qualify, 2 teams will have to overtake India on the championship table.
Right.
And at the moment, as things stand, South Africa are a firm contender following their test series win in Bangladesh, and they are going to play Pakistan and Sri Lanka over 4 test matches in their home conditions.
Right.
So South Africa has definitely emerged as a strong contender to qualify for the final. Australia is certainly one of them.
Right.
Although Australia will have to play Sri Lanka in Sri Lanka
Right.
after the India series.
Right.
So India's chances are not gone yet, but they look, as you said, they are. Its possibilities have dimmed to a severe extent.
Absolutely, and if we talk about the WTC final scenario completely, Australia need 5 wins in their 7 test matches, 5 against India and 2 in Sri Lanka. And India need 4 wins and 1 draw, as I said, in the 5 tests against Australia. For Sri Lanka, they play 4 tests, 2 against South Africa in South Africa, and 2 against Australia at home. So they need 4 out of 4 there, which is also very difficult at this moment. New Zealand need 3 wins out of 3. 3 they play England at home. So England will be travelling to New Zealand for the 3-match test series, and if New Zealand win 3 out of 3, then they will not have a guaranteed spot, but they will have to slightly depend on other results as well. And when it comes to South Africa, as you said, the firm favourites to qualify for the WTC final right now, they need 4 out of 4 wins, but they play 2 matches against Sri Lanka at home and 2 matches against Pakistan at home. And South Africa, as you rightly said, are firm favourites to be there in the WTC final, but India are still not out in this race, but it looks highly improbable.
Well, so it doesn't depend on India anymore. Had India won this series by a 2-0 margin or 3-0 margin, it would have been very helpful
Right.
in terms of qualification. But as things stand now, it's not in India's hands anymore. They have to depend on other matches. What the outcome of other matches. So Shubhayan, WTC is something that it's beyond India's control at the moment, right? Looking ahead to the Australia tour and keeping aside the WTC qualification scenario, how do you think? How difficult will it be for India to come back from this crushing blow?
I think it will be, and Rohit Sharma in the post-match press conference did accept that it will be very challenging for the leadership group, the coaching staff, to lift this bunch of boys, because a lot of them have not played in Australia so far. A few of them have played: Virat, Rohit, Shubman Gill for that matter, Rishabh Pant for that matter, Bumrah, Siraj, Ashwin, Jadeja. They have played. But a lot of guys who are forming the core group, like a Yashasvi, like a Sarfaraz, like someone like a Harshit Rana, Prasidh Krishna, Akashdeep, they have not played, or Washington Sundar has played only 1 test there. So these group of guys who will form the core young member of the team, who are the young members of the team, they have not played a lot of matches in Australia with the Kookaburra ball, and Australia can be an intimidating factor. That is the most worrisome thing right now for me, because being the world champion, being the WTC champion, and looking at the current Indian form, Australia will be licking their lips right now, and they will be absolutely buzzing right now looking at the Indian team's condition because of what happened in the last 2 series in Australia. So revenge is a strong word. I hardly use that, but yes, revenge will be in their mind because they will come all out to haunt India.
I also think that playing in Australia at the moment, as the next series after this debacle against New Zealand, it will possibly going to help India in certain ways because they will be playing away from home. And they will not be having any control over the pitch preparations and all that. So this obsession over what kind of pitch to prepare will not be existent over there. And we all know that in India, there is a lot of noise around cricket. I mean, a lot of madness that goes.
But isn't that the home advantage we talk about?
In this case, it turned out to be home disadvantage, like it had in a.
But the noise came after the Indian team started performing poorly, right? When they win, we were praising, everyone was praising the Indian team.
Well, what I'm trying to say is that had the Australia series taken place in India instead of in Australia right now, it would have been much more difficult.
Okay.
Over there, there'll be some peace of mind. I mean, there'll be. I know we all know that there'll be Indian media. There is a lot of Indian people who live over there who actually pack the grounds over there in Australia. But still, it will be a lot different from the frenzy that goes on around the Indian cricket in India. So I mean it will be a welcome distraction, I would say. I mean, lack of attention.
Right.
I mean, you can't compare the attention the Indian team gets in India and abroad.
Right, absolutely.
So that will possibly be, some kind of a soothing. That will have a soothing effect on this bruising Indian team at the moment.
Bruising Indian team and soothing effect. Let's see. I don't know because right now, and if the first match is in Perth, and Perth is also a very strong place for Australia. They have played a lot of Test matches there, and they have dominated quite a lot of opponents and big strong opponents there in Australia. So if things go really bad in the first test, then I really fear that it might end up as one of the most haunting defeats for India in the entire series. But sorry about that, but that's a very far-fetched idea right now. But Atreyo, if you have to talk about the confidence of the players, the way they have bowled in this series, the way they have batted especially in this series, particularly Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli, was this their last home test? What do you reckon? Or can Australia be the final nail in the coffin in terms of their form and performance and getting dropped? I'm not talking about retirement, but I'm talking about them being dropped from the team if they don't perform.
There is a possibility. That's a strong possibility because at some point in time, the selectors and the team management, they will look at rebuilding. And as you mentioned, that these people, they are fairly experienced. They have spent over a decade in international cricket, and not many years of cricket is left in them. So if things go drastically wrong in Australia, there could be a rethink, there could be some rebuilding, and but I would not look that far ahead at the moment because the next test in India is 1 year away.
October, West Indies.
Right. Before that, there are 5 test matches in England and 5 test matches in Australia.
Right.
So if Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli do not really perform over there, then there is a high chance that there will be some rethink in terms of regrouping and rebuilding. I mean, we must not forget because Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma, they became established players in the Indian team in a similar period of transition.
Right.
That was about a decade ago.
And in the recent past also, we have seen Cheteshwar Pujara, Ajinkya Rahane, Umesh Yadav, Ishant Sharma, all are stalwarts of Indian cricket. They have been slowly, steadily, they have been moved away from the Indian team, and new bunch of guys have come in and taken their place. So, transition is the word which is thrown away very casually, but it is a reality in sports, not only cricket, in sports. And let's see whether in life, of course, in life, people move on, people try to adapt newer things as they advance, progress in their life. But let's see whether this 3-0 whitewash, the first ever on Indian soil by a team in a 3-match or more test series, and I don't know whether the ripple effect will be bad or good, as you said. Will it be a distraction? Can it cause more pressure on the Indian team to win all those matches? All those matches are not possible.
See, India knows, the Indian team knows that it cannot win all the matches in Australia.
Right.
So that's a foregone conclusion.
Right.
What I'm trying to say is that the pressure, the frenzy, the madness around the Indian team will be comparatively less when they go to Australia. So that might be a welcome thing for the Indian team after this heartbreak. And let's not look too deep into the future. I mean, we can, we know that Rohit Sharma or Virat Kohli will not be they will not be around for very long.
Right.
Whether it's the Australia series is the last one or the England series is the last one, that time will tell. But it's very clear that they are not going to be around for a very, very long time.
Very true.
So we, as you rightly point out, that the process, the period of transition has begun.
Right.
So
Right.
now, I mean, how quickly or how slowly things will happen, that only time will tell. But for the moment, I mean, Indian team will not be high on morale when they travel to Australia because of this series defeat. And I think Subhayan, that's where we can sign off
Yeah,
from this
absolutely.
India New Zealand series.
Absolutely. Do let us know your thoughts on the series, on whatever you feel like. Looking ahead in the Australia series, Rohit Virat's form, how the players performed in the series. Drop your comments down below and keep following Revsportz for more. Thank you so much.